YouTube, it's Real Rob, boy, back with another video. Look, see, we come from God. We was created from God. We was sent from God. That's what people need to understand something. We come from God. See, your mom gave birth to you, but she didn't create you. You have to understand something. You are of God's creation. You're not of man's creation. Man is not responsible for anything that goes on in your life. No, everything that goes on in your life is due to the fact that you come from God. Meaning nobody on this earth, I mean absolutely nobody on this earth has no type of authority, no power, no control, no influence, no say-so over you at all, because you didn't come from them. You don't come from your parents. You don't come from your dad. You don't come from your mom. You come from God. And because you come from God, nobody on planet earth has no authority over you. And nobody on this that walks this face of earth can dictate, manipulate, control you, or influence you in a way that's negative. See, God is in control of everything when it comes to his children. Meaning, you have to understand something. God, when it comes to his beloved children, we good. We don't have to fear. We don't have to move with a chip over our shoulders. We not insecure. We're not weak. We don't suffer from low self-esteem, insecurities. We don't suffer from depression. We overcome that. We have suffered from that, but this the thing. In order for you have to understand something. In order for you to overcome depression, you must accept the fact that you are depressed. In order for you to get out of suffering and pain, you must go towards that pain. You can't run away from the suffering and the pain that God put you through, because you got to go towards that pain. You can't run away from the enemies, because God gonna put you before your enemy to make you even stronger. You can go no contact with narcissistic parents. You can go no contact, but at the end of the day, what's gonna happen when you run across? What's gonna happen once you meet the devil in another form? You can run all you want to. This the thing. You can run, but you can't hide. This the thing. You gotta stop. People gonna forever live in fear, because they keep running away from the problem. They keep running away from the fact that they keep running from Satan. See, this is the thing. Y'all keep running from Satan. Y'all keep running from demons. And this the thing, because you might look at it as, well, you know what? I just want to be peaceful. You can't keep running, because they're going to keep following you. They're going to keep following you. You have to stay. This the thing. And the reason why they're going to keep following you is because you keep running. That's why. The day you look demons in the eye and tell them where you come from and that you can't destroy me, that's the day they're going to flee away from you, because they going to know you're not scared of them. But anyway, that's something total. We'll get to that in another video. We come from God, and we take orders from nobody but God. That's what people need to understand. We don't take orders from man. We don't take orders from male or female. We take orders from God. If you need anything, you go strictly and directly to God. I don't go to humanity when I need something. Like when I'm down, I don't go to humanity for like when I was broke, I didn't go to humanity. I went to God. God, the reason why I'm not broke. When I couldn't see, this is the thing, when I couldn't see what was going on with my abusive family, I didn't go see a therapist. I went to God, because God is my therapist, and there's no other greater therapist than God. That's what God has all the answers. Humanity don't have the answers. But like I say, we come from God, and y'all have to understand something. Your parents will not understand that, but for the simple fact that y'all got to understand something. See, the truth makes people uncomfortable. Your parents want to be worshiped as if they are God. They don't want you to worship anybody but them. This the thing. You got to understand something. Narcissistic parents are leading their children to the gates of hell, meaning they're not leading you towards God. They're not leading the youth and their children towards God. They're leading their children towards the devil, meaning your parents are not light workers. Your parents is not workers of the light. They don't come from God. They're leading you astray. They're leading you towards the devil. But this is the thing, you will only have to have God in your life to know for a fact that these people misleading you. Because if you don't have God in your life, you're a low vibrational individual. And this is the thing, because you are a low vibrational being, demons know for a fact that they can come in and easily manipulate you and influence you because because your spirit is weak. And when your spirit is weak, when your spirit is weak, they're gonna come find you, and they're gonna use that against you to put you under their influence. But yeah, you gotta understand something. See, your parents is gonna try to control you. Your parents is gonna feel as though that they have a say-so over everything that you do. You have to understand something. You don't owe your parents nothing. You don't answer to your parents. When they call, you don't come running to them, because they're not your parents. Those are not your parents. You come from God. Your parents can't tell you what to do. They can't think for you. They can't speak for you. And if they thinking and speaking for you and you over the age of 18, something is totally wrong. But yeah, you have to understand something. Parents, we live in a time now where parents they're not raising a child in a way that they should go, so that way they wouldn't depart from it. That means they're not raising a child based off morals, principles, and integrity. They're not even raising a child at all, because they're too busy being in competition with the child. They're too busy trying to be in competition with God. Because you have to understand something. If someone raised their tongue against God's chosen children, that means they have a problem with God. Because if you have a problem with me, you have a problem with God. The issue isn't us. The problem is that they hate God. That's why people shouldn't take it personal. That's why never take it personal. This is the thing. When your parents try to gaslight you, which gaslighting is it's a tactic that narcissistic individuals use in order to get the individual to question their sanity, their belief system, and question who they are as an individual. Meaning, you're not the problem, but they're going to try to make it seem like you're the problem, because they cannot handle you. They cannot handle your authenticness. So they're going to blame shift. Your parents is going to blame shift. Your parents is going to make you going to blame everything on you and try to deem you responsible and blame you as to why everything in their life is not going according or just going their way. They're going to take everything out on you. And this is why they're going to take everything out on you, because you possess the most light. See, this thing, you possess light. You're innocent. And I'm going to keep saying this. You got to understand something. And I tell people this all the time. People got to accept that y'all parents are bad people. They're bad. Like, they're really bad. Like, they're bad. They're mean. They're bullies, I'm telling you. They just bad people, but people don't, because people are so trauma bonded and they already develop a negative soul tie. They cannot grasp the fact that mommy is not mommy. They can't accept that daddy is not daddy. They cannot accept that it was an illusion put before you to throw you off your game. You have to understand something. We come from God, and guess who? And if we come from God, we already have our Father, which is our parent. So who is these other two people? You got to think about it like this. Who is these other? If God is my parent, who are these other two people? Because I already got my Father. Who the freak are y'all? You're gonna find out who they are. You're gonna come to the realization, and God gonna show you that the people that you thought that was your parents, it was merely an illusion. Those people were sent here to take you out. Yeah, you're gonna have to start asking, wait a minute, okay, if God is my Father, like Patrick Star said out SpongeBob, who are you people? I don't know these people, because they don't come from where I come from. They don't understand me. They don't speak my type of language. And on top of that, they're trying to destroy me. So I know something is off. You got to understand something. Your parents is going to be your biggest enemy, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep I never get tired of talking about this, because it's so true. I never get tired of talking, because people want to be in the now. Like, people have this mindset, well, mommy does no wrong, or the parents is always right. That's BS. That's BS. Let me tell you something. In my opinion, narcissistic mothers are way worse than deadbeat fathers. And I'm going to tell you why, because you have to understand something. Mothers are nurturers. Mothers are natural nurturers, meaning we don't care, no matter if the dad left or not, the child is going to always fling towards the mother because a mother is a natural nurturer. So at the end of and then on top of that, narcissistic mothers is they're masters of deceit. Meaning they're very cunning and deceitful, meaning this the thing, they manipulated us at a young age. And this the thing, your mother is a Jezebel, meaning your mother is a spirit. Your mother is already an abomination to God for the simple fact that she possesses an evil spirit that's against God anyway. And that's a spirit that's out to get man. Yeah, this the thing. The goal is this. This is what your parents want you to do. This is what they want you to do. The goal is to get you to accept their behavior their toxic behavior is normal. That's the goal. That's the goal. Why you think there's so many weak, effeminate men out here defending the modern women, are just defending women who are just downright crazy? Because they're trauma bonded and they've been abused and manipulated to the point they've been abused so bad that they accept toxic behavior as the norm. This the thing. That's their goal. That's their goal. You got to think about all the time. You got to think about all the times where your parents or just your narcissistic mother in general just belittled you, tried to downplay you. Let me tell you, I know people that'll tell you right now that I've had the worst thing said to me by my narcissistic mother. They'll tell you right now that worst thing that somebody ever told them was that it came from their mom. Why you think exactly? This the thing, but guess what? They want you to forget. See, this is the thing. The goal is to abuse you, hopefully abuse you to the point to where you can accept their toxic behavior as normal. Because if you can accept toxic behavior as normal, you have now sold your soul. Because you ignoring this the thing, you're ignorant, and this the thing, you know what's right from wrong, and you're choosing to ignore this thing. You're choosing to ignore what's right because you're too busy because you accepting what's wrong. You don't accept what's wrong. You accept what's right. You can never accept what's wrong. And what's wrong is that your mother is not, your parents and people in general is not good people in the first place. But this the thing, y'all so trauma bonded and y'all going based off a person's social economic status. You going based off this person's position. You going based off the years and the time that you spent with this individual, and you completely blinded to the fact people are so in so deep that they couldn't see it. They couldn't see it even if they could see it because they in so deep. The only people that can see it, that's the only reason why we can see it, is because we broke free from the illusion. We no longer live. We don't live in illusion, and no demon or no weapon formed against us shall prosper. When the last time, people got to ask yourself, when the last time, okay, when the last time your parents told you that they genuinely love you? When the last time your mom or father told you that they love you? When the last time that you just sat down and had a conversation with them about growth, about success? When the last time you had conversations about them? When the last time you can, when can you just take your mom or father out to the gym and say, "Hey, Dad, Mom, Dad, I want y'all to I want y'all to be here as long as possible. So let's just go to the gym." When the last time you actually done something nice for them? And when the last time they done something nice for you? This the thing. You will never think about those times because it's more bad. This the thing. It's more hurt. Let me tell you something. It's more hurt than good, and that's bad. That's bad. Meaning, if you was to write a list, if people was to write a list, if it was a good, okay, look, what's that movie called? Yeah, Why Did I Get Married Too? She said write a list on all the good things she did and write a list of all the bad things she did. The bad gonna outweigh the good. And let me tell you something. The bad is out. And you want to know what's messed up? It's the bad is always outweighing the good. Meaning it's going to be way more bad things that y'all parents put y'all through than good things. If you was to write a list, you wouldn't need to write a list because you already know this. When I can't even think of a time when they done something. And this is the thing, even if they did something, they didn't do it out of that. They didn't do it out of just being a genuine good person. They did it because they had a hidden motive behind it. Yeah, your parents are the enemy, and this is the thing. Your parents are the enemy, and this is the thing. God gonna keep allowing them to attack you until you realize that you only got one father, and that is God. Let me tell you something. Folks say honor your parents. Honor parents. Honor parents meaning you honor parents. Honoring your parents meaning you honor parents who actually love and who genuinely love and raise you in a way that you should go. You don't honor demons. You don't honor demons. That God not finna allow you to honor something that's false. Don't have that mindset where, you know what, my parents abused me and I'm gonna honor them. You're not doing nothing but giving a demon power. You're honoring a demon. And that's what I'm saying. That's why you gonna keep getting hurt because you're trauma bonded. The thing about it is you're playing a very dangerous game. You're playing a very dangerous game. You don't honor a parent unless a parent is a parent. You don't honor a person unless this person is a righteous individual. Don't be blinded. Don't be blinded by the connection or the bond. That the enemy is going to use that against you, and once they use that against you, once they know for a fact that once a narcissistic individual no matter what you do to them, no matter what they do to you, or no matter how bad they treat you, once they know you're going to keep coming back, they're going to get you because you're weak and you're naive. And being weak and naive is going to get you killed by the hands of the enemy. And this is the thing, God not going to give you a helping hand if you keep ignoring the blessing that he's trying to get you. He's trying to get you up out of there, but you keep ignoring it. You got to listen to God. Stay blessed.